Mr. Speaker,
Honorable members, let us observe prayers. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon this youth infant parliament. Grant that it may perform its highest duty in thy sight. Give divine guidance to the founder and speaker of this youth parliament. Endow members of parliament with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of this youth infant parliament, the interests and wishes of the members may be well and truly served, and thy good purpose of the common human life be realized in our midst. Amen. O God, grant us a vision for this youth parliament, fair as it might be, a fraternity of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a fraternity of plains, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a fraternity of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, a fraternity of peace, where the real parliament shall rest on the will of its members, and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people, that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming duty of the youth infant parliament. Done. Amen. Let us have a seat. Honorable members, this is a great day the Lord has made. We will therefore be glad and rejoice today. Therefore, use this medium to welcome you all to the 8th Parliamentary sitting of Youth Infant
Mr. Speaker and the House, I thank you for the opportunity to speak.
It is indeed a new system.
care is not taken, you might have too much to do with. So we are trying to grade out against any of such controversy. But as it stands now, we don't have a lot of people contesting from the same constituency, so our job is getting easy for us. But we are not getting the numbers the way we thought we would get the numbers. For now, we are looking at doing the evaluation just as we said. So within the evaluation period, we will do some analysis to see where we are not doing what we want to do, and then what we can do to beat up the process. So when that is done, I'm sure by the time we are moving into the second parliament, we have everything sorted out properly. With the appointment of committees, that one is going to look a lot different from just the constituency representation, since we have to appoint people who are able to do it. So we will be having different forms of questions and interviews for members to actually do very thorough work on getting members to do work of the House, the betterment of the group in Parliament, the movement as well. Thank you very much. Follow up from acting minority leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. And it just reminded me of a point. In the form, we allow each applicant to pick a standing committee in his own choice, and also pick select committee in his own choice, and any other leadership position he or she feels they are occupied. So, this right after completing every criteria, if the committee will mainly focus on is first of all to sort all the applicants to an applicant committee and recommend them to the directorship of political movement for appointment. So right after we have done the second nominations, then we can now look into the select committees that are applied for and sort them all out so that everything will be ready before the House is due inaugurated. Right from the first sitting, all the committees will come online and then move. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable. Now, members, it is indeed beautiful to have something doing in unity, and therefore use this opportunity to urge you all who haven't applied the second parliament when you do so before the close of tomorrow. Thank you. Now, members, we move to order number 10. Presebtation by Felix. On this note, we kindly invite Mrs Regina to present words on the effect of leadership in youth Ahiadeke.
Honorable Majority Leader and the Minority Leader, Honorable Members, all protocol observed. As you know, my name is Mrs Aharon, Regina Aharon. I'm very happy to meet the House today. I can see your works on social media, and today I'm among you, and it proved to me that indeed strong men and the women are on course. And I'm very happy to see you people. Thank you. Today's sitting, I'm also privileged to present on you the topic, the effect of leadership on your career path as a youth. I can't start this topic without wishing my honorable fathers in the house a happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all men in the house. More grace to your elbow. We the women, we acknowledge you. And I hope women. Please acknowledge my men for me. They deserve it. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go to the business of today. When you talk about the effect of leadership on your career, somebody will say career. What is career? Career. That leadership plays majority role in your career. You might say, I'm doing business, I'm doing medicine, I'm doing other studies that will lead me to my career. But one of the easiest ones that will identify you to know that the place in which you are in the right place is taking leadership position. That is, let me say a leader. When I say a leader, leadership is the art of motivating a group of people towards achieving a common goal. So as a leader that you are here, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be the speaker or the majority or the clergy. It doesn't matter the position that you are in, but what common goal the house have to achieve. And if at the end of the day, you impact parliament, your goals are achieved, it means you are in the right direction. But I want us to personalize this thing to our life. And I want to go in a business way because our life is business. Every decision you take is a business. And that decision can be positive that you profit from it or negative that you get a loss. So whether you are young, you are a married man, you are youth, you are coming, your life is a business. So let me define the leadership in a business form to help us understand. So in a business definition of leadership, we can say that it's a way or intelligence or strategy to achieve a goal for yourself. Now you are an organization on your own. So what decisions are you going to take as a leader sitting at the top of your life that you are going to take that will help you to achieve the vision, the goal you are having for yourself in the future? And it starts from the leadership position that you have here. And the leadership position helps you to acquire certain skills that will determine the kind of decision you make for your life. And those decisions, sometimes when you make it, the only thing is to correct them, but the losses will surely come. If you make it to collect it, yes, you have collected it, but you surely pay for it. And if you made the right one, you surely progress. And the career is about progress in life. So the first one is, as you are sitting here, some people say, when I'm in a youth parliament, I'll become a politician, I'll be this, I'll be that. But as you are sitting here, you are learning from your colleague. You realize that no, it's not about becoming a politician alone. But what can I do in my society? Somebody may start from this place and become a counselor. Because you mingle among people, you learn from them. So it determines where you'll be going outside maybe your personal goal that you want to achieve. So it's a class. So when you start by your vision is about future. When you are sitting here, what do you want to see yourself the next 5 years to come? Mr. Speaker was saying he wished to be addressed like Mr. Father or something. Yes, it's a vision that he's projecting, but that vision will it benefit him maybe 5 years to come? If yes, then it's a class. If no, then he has to correct it and move forward. Some of you are sitting here, maybe you have lost the courage that no, this vision that I'm having is not attainable, so you quickly adjust because of the position that you are in. You have the privilege to have this position. So the vision is, okay, in the next 10 years, I think I can become a politician, but the way things are going, no, I need to learn on someone so that I can get to that position. That is the vision now becoming clear to you because of your leadership position. And the second one is your value. As you are sitting here as a house, to have your value. If anybody walks in, the way you do things, the way you communicate, somebody is watching you and observing. So you yourself, your life as a business, what values are you having in this leadership position to address the future? So when you are among your colleagues, first, you can dress anyhow, you can talk anyhow, you can just stand up and show questions. But when you get here, you realize that you have your values, you have your ways of doing things. So it's sharpening you to identify your own value for yourself. These are the leadership skills that will help you. And the third one is your communication. Somebody will say, oh, I know how to talk. Yes, you know how to talk, but life is not about talking. Life is about results and how people understand you, what they are bringing out. Is it about the positive aspects? You are going to meet a lot of people in an organization, and your life result is an organization. And you can't be in an organization alone. You have to mingle with people. And they come from different backgrounds, different traditions, different religions. And when you sit, somebody religion, they don't sit like that, you disrespect them. But when you have this kind of leadership position, you learn from each other. When you go out, you know when you sit like this, you are communicating to somebody over there that please cross your leg. So, when you go out, the person understands that the moment some tradition, when you sit and cross like this, you are telling someone to close or sit well. So communication is not about talking alone. So it helps you to mingle among people out there. And I will say that communication alone brings you results. It tells you who you are. After I left here, myself, I have to judge myself. Did I communicate what I'm here for? How do the people respond? It's not about, I know the thing, I know the vocals, I can bring it out. No. Communication is a process, it's a design something. And you have to make sure that you acquire that skill. And when you have it, some people become writers. And some people become public speakers. That's why when Mr. Speaker is speaking, when he wants to speak, everybody pay attention. Some people know that when this person is about to speak, he has something to give us, so they'll pay attention. But if you are just a talker, when you get the organization, people know that you don't have anything to offer. So the moment you begin to talk, even people say, oh, I even have a call, I have an emergency meeting to go. Just that they know that your communication skills will not benefit them. So that ends it. So communication is one of the skills that you have to develop if you want to develop a better career for yourself. And you have to pay attention to it. And the second one on the list is integrity. Yes, your integrity counts a lot. Among you, what did you portray out there? You impact parliament. These people, they are selective. If you are not one of them, forget it. So they know that the impact parliament is about a group of people. So these are your integrity you are putting out there. When it comes to the individual, your integrity among your peers here as a leader, how did you project yourself? What integrity are you? When they say honorable speaker is not there, everybody say, oh, this speaker is the best speaker I've met in my life, and the way he carries his affairs changes me and I learn a lot. Or if the speaker is not there, oh, thank God, at least you can breathe now. What integrity do you have to offer? So this leadership position, they say it's an art. So you are acting in such a way to develop integrity for yourself. And integrity, you can't joke with it. When you joke with your integrity, it kills you. It even takes away your confidence. Somebody can be here. Because it's raining, he will decide not to come. But it depends on the person who called for the meeting. What integrity is that person having? That whether it's raining or shining, you see all the members coming together just because that person called for the meeting. So all of them will come. Because of the integrity he or she is having. So whether it's raining or not, you see all of them coming in. So as a leader,
Even if you don't have integrity for yourself now, when you go home today, sit, relax, what can I do to carve myself? That people will know me for this. These are the skills that you are learning from your leadership position to go out there that will develop you to achieve the career that you want to be in the future. I hope I'm saying something.
Yeah.
Thank you for the audience. And this integrity helps you to be confident. See, confidence is a skill. So you can't just kind of say, I have a confidence, because if you have that confidence, can put somebody off. They will say that you are boasting or you are too proud, but you think you are confident. So having confidence among your peers, the way you stood up or you stand up to talk when sitting is going on, if you want to give suggestions, how did you do it, how do you present it? If any time you stood up, everybody knows that it's coming to do the shoulder, so they'll say, oh, every day, but the person thinks he is having the confidence to talk, but he doesn't know that that confidence he's having, people are seeing it as being proud. So leadership position help you to build your confidence. If you want to step out there boldly, you are bold, but are you confident or are you proud? There is a thin difference. If you are confident and you are giving to our people looking between the lines, the difference between confidence and being proud. And also come from your communication, your integrity, the vision that if you have the vision that I want to see everybody equal as me, when you step out, your talking, your integrity will influence the people around you. And they'll feel welcome, then they'll know that, hey, yes, this gentleman is confident, and I like the way he speaks, I like the way he talks. So this process that you are in, watch it out. Even if your life does not change in this sitting, the position you are, your confidence level, watch it. It helps a lot. And my second point is value. In life, we all have value. Your do's and your don'ts. Yes. When you say yes, what does that yes mean? Some people, when they say yes, it means that no. And when they say no, it means yes. Are you coming for sitting today? Somebody will tell you that no, just for him to come here and so that the other person will be absent. Please, am I in time or I'm out of time? Thank you. So the value that you are creating for yourself is that if I said no, it means yes. So is that your value? So if I said I can sit, it means I am standing out. The value you are putting, the way you dress, your appearance, the way you smile to people. Do you know somebody's value is smile? Let me give you an example. Our vice president, his value is to smile. When you see him, whether they are in hot debate, he's always smiling. He doesn't just come like that. He develops it. That is his value. So people say that, this man, what is wrong with you? No, it's the value that he said that wherever I go, whether you provoke me, you annoy me, I'll keep on my smile. So you see him speaking, that he always smiles, but when he's smiling, the words that he wants to come out, it always come out. And people pay attention. So which value are you also developing for yourself? If I want to be this in the future, then I have to have these values in my life to enable me to do this, and that. And you must pay critical attention to those values. Otherwise, they will draw you back. You just be stepping forward and because you don't have value for yourself. And the last one is, when I say leadership and it's first on your career development, Leadership is that I say to us is a business. I want to ask you today sitting here, is your life a business to you or what? If you are not seeing your life as a business today, start seeing it as a business. And make sure that nobody comes to your organization, that is your life, to come and determine how you run your business. Have your strategy. What strategy do you have to achieve the organization that you are having as your life? Let me give an example. Mr. Speaker is here. You have a sitting parliament right now going on. Then you have a visitor. Then maybe the visitor comes with each executive. Then Mr. Speaker says, I wish my executives to be like this. I wish my executives to be like that. The strategy you are giving to your opponent is that you have a weak parliament. So your opponent will go and develop and bring your parliament down because he knows that you have a loophole in your parliament. So the best way, whether you know that in your organization your strategies are weak, look out for what other opponents say and take it as a strategy to develop your life. I mean, when you are among your peers, you know you are weak. You are not good at certain things. You don't expose yourself, you rather learn. And that should be your strategy. And that strategy, it should be personal to you. When you fall, you come among your peers, you know that this strategy I used today is not good. Go and pick up yourself, but don't fall. Don't cry too much. Come back and learn the different strategy that your colleagues are learning. Learn it and build with each other. Then you see that you are in unity and everything will move on fast. Thank you. Any questions?
Yeah.
So if you have any questions, then pick up.
Regina, thank you very much for that presentation.
You're welcome.
I had wanted to run ahead of the train, but then I'll give the opportunity to the honorable members to ask their questions, if any, or make any comments if they have. Honorable members, presentation has successfully been made to you on the effect of leadership. Any question or comment? Mrs. Regina is ready for you. Honorable
Mr. Speaker and the entire House, I thank you for the opportunity to speak. Mr. Speaker, today is the first time I'm hearing Mrs. Regina Aharon speak. And I was really enjoying it. I didn't want her to end. So I was telling her to continue. She has indeed listened very well. And this is a brilliant submission she has made. On values, the question I have is some people are quite, they repel other people's values and they are not ready to learn. No matter how to do, they have decided not to adopt any other value and how they have. In that circumstance, what do you do in a situation where the organization has a value, where they have to adopt the organization's value, but they are not ready to do that, they only want their own? How do you deal with that? Thank you very much.
We're going to follow up question or to attend to this question.
Mrs. Regina, it depends on, can you take multiple questions?
Or no, so I can take multiple questions and I can answer as individual. Okay. So concerning the values, when we say value, the reason why we think somebody in the organization is opposing the value of that organization is because maybe the individual do not understand the value of the organization. That's why we need training. As youth impact parliament, what do you table on for your fellow executives or honorable members to know that when they elected you to that office, somebody wants another person to be the speaker or the clergy or the president or the majority, you may not know. So they are not ready to work with your value that you are coming to bring on board. So after the election, bring out what you want to do as an organization to To the people that you are coming to work with, mind you can't work alone. Don't bring the value or things that you want to achieve as a speaker yourself first. Allow individuals to bring their values. Then, when you discuss among them, you let them know before this impact or this organization has to work, we have to decide on these things. But when you think you can just come and impose things on them, they'll think that, he's a speaker. You can't just come and control me. Me too, I know before coming. So don't come and control us. You have to do it this way. So I think the best thing to do is, whether you are a president, you are vice president, or you are another executive, yes, you have your favorite candidate to win, but he didn't want. So let's move on, learn. So all of you should come, at least use the week to have a training. All of you should have a goal and your value that you have to work on. Then all of you will come together, then you achieve that. But when he's going and other people still want to repel against that value, you still call for training. And this is why you place in sanction anybody that wants to come against our success to achieve our goal. You have to take a sanction. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Regina.
Yes.
Honorable Acting Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Vice Honorable Speaker, the House, the Speaker who just delivered so well that I forgot that I'm in the House. I was just enjoying what she was saying because I could relate to a lot of the things that she delivered to us. As a matter of fact, we grow, we learn. So I very much appreciate the knowledge you have imparted into us.
Thank you.
Please, my question is that as youth, the topic we spoke on as a youth and career field insight, I want to ask, as youth, what career advice would you give us in general? Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the question. Mr. Speaker, to be sincere, as the way this our economy is going, I want to tell you that forget about I'm practicing this, and start thinking about entrepreneurship. Just for maybe you want to put that one in your pocket aside, so that when the Lord is on your side, that one day you learn in your own career that you want to have for yourself, your entrepreneur should be a plus to it. But if in case you are out, an entrepreneur man, what you want to do as you are learning here, entrepreneur, you need to be a good communicator. You need to influence people to know that you are a good entrepreneur so that they can have the confidence and work with you. That is why the leadership that we are doing here is going to help you. And your integrity. The integrity people have to see before patronizing whatever that you want to give them. Whether you are an electrician, you are producing, people want to know the integrity and the value that they have for their money. So, when you want to be, let's say, an accountant, and the system, the way you teach, I can't promise you. If the system, like when you complete whatever you want to do, you can get it on the silver platter, I will say that go for this, go for that. But for now, I can't say categorically, but what I can say is try to be looking out for certain things that will help you to become an entrepreneur and keep that one in your pocket. And even if you become the accountant, the entrepreneur business will be bringing you something. And what I would advise you is that now the world is going digital. So when you are here, try to go for IT. When you are not doing IT, go to IT class. And maybe whatever that you want to know, something simple. Somebody might go to do the IT for my don't know even how to use it. But you that go for it. That is life for you. It will work for you. And that is it. I hope I answer you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Regina. Honorable members, any further questions? Mrs. Regina, on this note, I stand on behalf of the honorable members and Youth Impact Parliament as a whole to thank you very much for the presentation on the said topic. Indeed, we have been blessed this afternoon. God will bless you.
Thank you. I wish my ladies in the house can ask me questions before I have my seat. So if I may have the privilege or honor from you people, can you ask me one question? I don't like, because today is men's day, you want the men to cover us up. Okay. What do you say? Okay. Before I have my speech, Mr. Speaker, I just want to make a statement that a knowledge that you have and don't use it is void. So if you're among your colleagues, try to share your knowledge. Try to use whatever that you have. Don't feel shy to feel the knowledge you are putting on the board. People think it's nothing, but that is your knowledge you have. They can't change it. But when you bring it out before you know that that knowledge is good or not good, that is where you work on it. So I encourage you all that wherever that you go, try to use the knowledge you have. And if you use it, you will begin to see that it's good one. And you can develop, and then you nurture it and add it to your career. And I wish you all the best wherever you want to go in life. Life is all about business. Let it be in your mind. Whether you want to get married, let me bring it, it's a business. It's a decision that you come to take. And remember, with God, all things are possible. Mr. Speaker, the clergy, majority leader, and the minority, and honorable members of protocol there, thank you very much for the opportunity. And I would love to come back again to present something in this honorable house. Thank you very much.
Miss Regina, it should be noted that you are always welcome.
Thank you.
Honorable members, indeed, leadership is not a gift, it is a skill. And any honorable member, regardless of your status, wherever you find yourself, you can equally acquire the said skill. It is just a matter of you availing yourself and you're ready to learn, and you can make it. Honorable members, aside the vision, value, resolve, integrity, and confidence that Honorable Mrs. Regina spoke about, of which I am currently working on. Today, I have learned two new things. That is, there is a difference between a good communicator and a talker. And indeed, there is with her explanation, I realized that no, there is a difference between a good communicator and a talker, of which you all work on that. Aside that, I have also learned that if you know your weakness, instead of you selling yourself out, stay behind, watch your opponent, watch what he or she is doing right, and use that to work on your weakness, just to improve your result. Honorable members, on this note, I stand with Mrs. Regina and encourage you all to avail yourself to leadership skills. Thank you very much. Honorable members, we kindly move to order number 12 on our order paper, which is a presentation on the Standard Parliamentary Debate Skills. I call on the acting majority leader of today to give us a third presentation. Honorable Bukari.
Mr. Speaker and the House, I thank you very much for this opportunity to speak I'll present on this particular item. Per our standing order, it was initially designated for the Deputy Director of Youth Impact Movement in charge of parliamentary affairs to present on this. However, it is something I also know, and it's important for us to build capacity for our members. So we vary the order paper to allow that I give just a brief presentation from this, and then we can proceed to adjourn the House. Mr. Speaker, with respect to this particular item, we will be using our standing orders draft. If you have the standing order, you can refer to it. There is one on the seat over there. If you can give it to my colleagues on the majority side, and then you can share. Sorry, we don't have enough copies. Parliamentary debate is a skill we have to refine. Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, a good debater is one who is able to influence and change the minds of others at the end of the debate. If you are debating and at the end, you have not changed any mind, what is the entire essence of making that debate? It is also important for us to know that we can change minds, but might not completely change their decision. But making an impact on their mind results to a change in their decision. Parliamentary debate, even in Parliament of Ghana, the Parliamentary Institute trains honorable members on how to debate on the state of the nation's address, on how to debate on the budget statement, on how to debate on statements presented, on how to debate on skills, both at the plenary session and committee levels. Mr. Speaker, let me say, in the student domain, where students have the opportunity to practice their debate skills is within the SRC Parliament, faculty senate, and departmental houses, and then all others. But apart from that, our informal debates might happen between our friends. In that particular stage, it is informal. It is mixed with vernacular, and then the actual staging of points is not properly done. But on official floors as this, honorable members have the opportunity to properly debate their points. Mr. Speaker, in debating very well, you must take note of some points, and it is clearly stated in the standing orders of this House draft. Honourable members, Mr. Speaker, may I seek your leave to refer the Honourable House to part 12 of our standing orders, page 24. I will go through just about order 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, and 76. I'll take you through them briefly, and then we can ask questions on them, and then we'll be done with this. At the end, let it be known that this House is to build your capacity. So even this particular presentation is very important for our gathering today. Mr. Speaker, referring the House to Order 71, filing of submissions. It says, Clause 1, any member who wishes to make a submission shall be recognized or permitted by the Speaker before making a submission. It means unless the Speaker recognizes you, when you speak on floor, it is a disrespect to the chair. You see, sometimes honourable members might claim the Speaker is not giving you the opportunity to speak. Honourable member, if the Speaker has not given you the opportunity to speak, it means he has not recognized you. Whatever you state on floor or say on floor is not legal or formal. That must be noted. Clause 2 states that all submissions must start by addressing Mr. Speaker. As you know, you have to start and introduce yourself. And then when you do that, at the end of your submission, please ensure to say, thank you, Mr. Speaker. It signifies that you are done. See, sometimes you are making submission and then you do break. But when you finish and don't end with thank you, Mr. Speaker, wouldn't know you are breaking. So when you start, Mr. Speaker, I'm Jones Amegashie-Viglo, this and that. I rise to move this motion. I rise to state. I rise to put my honourable member to order. And then all those. When you are done, say thank you, then we know you are done. It is very important because it helps the speaker to know that you are done, and then he can proceed to call someone else. Mr. Speaker, moving on to order number 2, debate rules. It states that the Speaker or Deputy Speaker, leaders of the House shall be referred to by names and offices held by them. It means when someone is a leader or a speaker, deputy speaker, you don't exactly refer to their names, you refer to their offices on floor or during plenary sessions. So you can see when we are doing sittings, we don't actually call the name of the person presiding, but we call the office. Yes, it is same for the leaders, but anyone who is not holding a leadership position, you have to refer to them using their name. That is what that talks about. And then it is only the speaker that goes by the title Right Honorable. All other members are honorable members. And in the case where His Excellency, the President, this is particularly with reference to SRCs and other student governors. When other title holders like His Excellency, His or Her Lordship are in the House, you can accord them those titles. But particularly for honorable members in Parliament, inclusive, it is only the Speaker that has a difference, which is Right Honorable. Mr. Speaker, moving on, Clause 2 states that the Speaker shall not take part in debate. It means the Speaker is only interested in presiding, so he does not take interest. When he takes interest, he will also be contributing to mass, so he basically does not take interest. And then it states that any member who has spoken may again be heard again. And you see, from this particular size and then all those, it's all talking about being heard. Honourable members, when you are given the opportunity to speak, please be brief in your presentation. Go straight to the point and tackle the point. Do not beat around the bush. That is a strategy that honourable members employ that I do not agree with. They will come on floor and confuse the House, put the House in a dilemma, and sit down. Which kind of attitude is that? I have some very good friends, not in this house currently, but they are part of the SOS. He will put you in dilemma, confuse you, and expect that you will state the point that he wanted to emphasize on. I do not agree with that. When you come on floor, make your point and you move on. It is just as simple as that. And it is also stated that, please, causing havoc in the House is a disrespect to you yourself. You cannot come purposely to the House to just cause havoc, distort proceedings. With respect to that, Mr. Speaker can declare you in contempt of the House and take you out of the House. Proceedings are formal and it is being presided over by the Speaker. It is the Speaker that coordinates movements. When you want to leave, you have to seek the leave of the Speaker. Referring to documents, you have to seek the leave. The Speaker must always be in the know of whatever thing that you want to do, which is outside proceedings. That is why you realize that when I wanted to refer to the standing order, I was seeking for the leave of the Speaker. I must have the Speaker's attention and permission before I refer to any, not particularly foreign materials, but anything that the House might not currently be working with. I have to seek the leave of the Speaker before you refer to them. It's just as simple as that. And then also, if you don't catch the eye of the Speaker, please, just keep on raising your hand. You see, Mr. Speaker cannot listen to everyone. Some people feel that because I raised my hand, I must be heard. Please, you are not the one in the chair. The Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, I know after I'm done, he has something to share about when he was the Speaker of the SRC Parliament. I don't want to give a speech. Please, may I give the spoiler alert or you speak on that? Honorable First Deputy Speaker.
Kindly go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, when he was Speaker of the SRC of HTU, Second Parliament, his first Deputy Speaker thought chairing was just about a ceremonial role. Let me be called Mr. Speaker and then all those. He never knew until he sat on the chair. He thought when you are an MP and then you are speaking blah blah blah, the Speaker must listen to me. Until he sat on the chair before you it is a different ball game when you are chairing. You see, when you are seated on the chair, it's a different ball game. Some people sit there and then they think Mr. Speaker is not being fair. It's not being this. It's not. You're not in the chair. He's the one who has let me say, the big picture of whatever is going on. When you are seated there, you are looking at personal view. But when Mr. Speaker, he's seeing everyone and he sees things from the bigger picture. So when proceedings are going on, just accord Mr. Speaker the respect. When he gives you the opportunity, make good use of it. You see, sometimes honourable members are the ones who misuse the opportunity. When the Speaker gives them the opportunity to speak, then they just speak bomb on floor, blown on fire, and then they expect that Mr. Speaker will call them again. Mr. Speaker, I wouldn't call them. Obviously not. You see, these are little things they don't know. Let me just make a reference to the earlier one presentation. The value you create for yourself. Some people, when they want to speak, everyone wants to listen. But others, when they want to speak, the entire house is having meetings after meetings. It's because they have not created value for themselves. When they are speaking, when you take the floor, make the point, and then people will accord you that respect when you are speaking. But when you come on floor and you are only blowing trash, who will want to listen to you? Obviously no one. So honourable members, in debating we have to take care of that. Honourable members, when you are debating, the rules of the house is referenced. You can make your points referring to the orders of this house and standard of procedure and rules of procedure. Always refer to documents, but always ensure that you seek the lead of the Speaker and the Constitution with respect to the SRCs and then all those. Mr. Speaker, it must also be noted that the interventional signs, we know them already, but let me just give the House on interventional signs for this particular house. For this house, when you raise your hand like that, it means you want to give a point of contribution or information. When you raise two fingers, it means you want to raise a point of correction. You want to correct a fact on flaw. For point one, you want to raise a new subject matter, something new, submission, that is different from what is currently being discussed. The follow-up is this one. It means you want to contribute to the current subject matter on flaw. You see, we might be discussing item 6, which talks about this, but there is a particular subject matter is we are talking about budgets, but we are talking about what? The SRC-JCR. That is the subject matter under discussion. So when you want to follow up, you want to contribute on that particular item, this follow-up that you use, not what? The point of contribution. And then the point of order, that is, should I say, is the one with the highest, is the one with the highest order of precedence. The Speaker mandatorily takes that, but when you know you are misusing it, you can decide not to take your point of order. And that one is used when you want to draw the House attention to a misleading information, something is not going on well, or a derogatory statement was used on floor. And that is it. That is basically for that particular one. Mr. Speaker, let me move to order 73. Debate no rules. 1. No clapping of hands, whistling, yelling, or any form of noise in the house when sitting is in progress. Honourable members, that is why we have got, when you want to agree to a statement on floor, you can just, not really yell, but you can just say, here. When you don't agree, you say, no, here, no. You don't yell. You don't make noise. You don't clap in the house. You don't whistle. So that must be noted. No honourable member shall make submission in the house along with his or her partisan inclinations. That must also be noted. No political colours in the house. No conjecture, speculations, or any form of further information is accepted during debates. You don't make up stories for a debate when they are not true. That is contempt of the house, because you are misleading the house, you are misinforming the house of that fact. That should be noted. No member is permitted to move into the house with any harmful object or substance. This is not a fighting arena. You cannot come with your swords, knives, and then all those. You are putting the lives of honourable members in danger. If you want to fight, go to wherever you can fight at, and not over here. That is not allowed and must not be encouraged. No member is permitted to move into the house. Yes, I said that. No member is allowed to debate from the order paper or order of proceedings. I already spoke on that. No member shall be allowed to use verbal or physical assault in the house. No insults. Let me state this. You see, some people don't really know. When you are making arguments and you insult, the beauty of that argument is lost because of whoever is the victim of that physical assault becomes, should I say, bitter. When you are making arguments, make your arguments without insult, whether the indirect ones or the direct. Just don't insult. Make your point without insults. Be devoid of insults. Be devoid of attacks. Be devoid of what? I'll hit you, something like that. Those threats are not necessary. We need what? Healthy arguments and debates. So make your arguments without any of those type of assaults. Yes. No member shall be allowed to have the audacity to pass cyclical comments or any language interpreted, and then the speaker can as well ask you to withdraw a statement. And you must just go ahead. The speaker, I'm taking note of the time, I'll finish very soon. A member could rise on the point of order to ask that a member in question should retrieve or withdraw such words he laid on floor and must apologize if necessary. No member of the House shall speak more than once on any particular business unless allowed by the speaker. Now let me go straight to interruptions of debate. That is order 74. Members may be interrupted on the following 4 conditions. By a point of order being raised. When someone is speaking, apart from the hear or no that you say, you must not interrupt unless it is a point of order you are raising, unless it is a matter of privilege suddenly arising, unless an attention has been called by an absence of quorum, or unless strangers are in the house. Apart from these 4, you don't have the right to interrupt anyone speaking or disrupt proceedings, particularly with respect to voices or verbal. Interruptions when members are speaking. I think I've already cleared that. Let me go straight to the last one that I want to talk about. Contempt of species. Mr. Speaker, it says that reference shall not be made to any matter on which judicial decision is pending in such way, in the opinion of Mr. Speaker, prejudice to the interest of parties of actions. It means that when a matter is before court, you don't debate it in the House, because it is waiting a judicial adjudication. When a matter is before the court, you don't bring it to the House for debate. It's a matter of interest awaiting adjudication. It shall be out of order to use offensive, abusive, insulting, blasphemous, or unbecoming words, or to impute proper motives to any other member, or to make personal allusions. The speech, another one is, it shall be out of order to attempt to reconsider any specific question upon which the House has come to a conclusion during a session, except out of a substantive motion for rescission. It means, please, this one, let me tackle it. It's very important. Yes, I'm about to listen. When the House has agreed on something, you don't draw the House back. The House has taken a decision. Until a motion for rescission of that decision has been taken, you cannot draw the House back because you have an interest in it. No, it is wrong. So honourable members must know that. You must always know that. Then the last one is the conduct of Mr. Speaker shall not be raised. It's very important. The conduct of Mr. Speaker shall not be raised. It happens so much in the SRC Parliament. So let me state it. The conduct of Mr. Speaker shall not be raised, except upon a substantive motion or an amendment, a question put to a member or remarks on a debate, or a motion dealing with any other subject or reference to the conduct of the persons. It means you cannot question the conduct or actions of Mr. Speaker. No. In this particular House, Mr. Speaker is the wisest person. Whether you know book than him or not, wherever he is going, just allow him to flow. Maybe you can try to give some signals, but don't distort him because you feel he's wrong. No. When he's steering there, that is why we call him the right honorable speaker, for God's sake. When he's steering, he's always right. Whatever issue that you have, maybe you can raise it on floor. But don't try to impute proceedings by trying to make Mr. Speaker look bad. It happens so much in the SRC Parliament, and that must come to a stop. Mr. Speaker is always right when he's presiding. Mr. Speaker, these are some of the standard issues. You know, we can all make very good debates. It doesn't matter whether your decision, whatever you say, has been taken or not. The beauty of debate is that you are being heard. That's why we say minority shall have their say, but majority will have their way. The beauty of debate is that let me be heard. When you are heard, it is up to the House to take a decision on it. So please, so far as you are heard, leave it there and allow the House, under the control of the Speaker, to reach a decision and stop distorting decisions of the House or proceedings. Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much. And I believe that if honourable members have questions, you can please ask, and then we will proceed from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honourable Lo. Honourable members, presentation on the Standard Parliamentary Debate Skills has been done and finally ended by Honourable Viglo. Any questions or comments from the honourable members are kindly welcome. Honourable Acting Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, the Right Honourable Ahiadeke House. Please, my question is very simple. So, I want to inquire from you, what should the Speaker do? What should the Deputy Speaker do? What should the Clerk do? And what should members do if a member decides to be revolting in the House? The member decides to cause commotion, cause havoc, or any form of disturbance in the House. What should these various people do? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the honourable member for his question. Mr. Speaker, after I'm done with his question, I want him, because he has been a speaker before, and I'm sure he has something to say on this, I want him to share his view as well after our answer, and then the Honourable Clerk of the YIP Parliamentary Chamber to also ask a question or share his contribution, and then he was before we end this particular matter. Mr. Speaker, when an honourable member is causing havoc in the House, the right thing to do is the Speaker to order that he should be thrown out of the House. That is why we have the marshals. In the case where the marshals are not there, the Speaker can signal the Clerk or the Deputy Speakers or honour members who are ready to throw the honour member out of the House. He is disrupting proceedings and cannot be allowed in the chamber. That is unparliamentary. So if he is causing havoc, honour members throw him out of the House, move him out, and ensure that he is taken out of the House before proceedings move on. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, maybe it's not serious. But if you see this kind of people in the House and you have that instinct that they're about to cause commotion, you can give them a warning or reprimand the honour member based on good conduct. If you fool, I'll throw you out of the House. But when they go beyond, just move them out of the House before the matter becomes urgent. Sometimes these people, they really disrupt proceedings. So as an issue of urgency, throw them out of the House immediately. On no basis cannot claim that he was not treated right. Because in the face of the law, he was disrupting proceedings and was unparliamentary in his behavior and should be thrown out with immediate effect. Mr. Speaker, that is my answer to that question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honourable members. Any further questions?
The Speaker of the House, the presentation was really presented in a very nice way. Throughout the presentation, I was hearing, whenever you're referring to the Speaker, I was hearing Mr. Speaker. So this is my question. It actually was a concern when currently we have Parliament, the Speaker is the lady. So how then, after we have been running through the standing orders, and I see Mr. Speaker throughout. So in a case the Speaker becomes a lady, will there be some change to what we have in this? Or, what are they going to call the person?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the honourable member for his brilliant question. Mr. Speaker, in the interpretations of these standing orders, we stated that wherever Mr. Speaker is written, it shall also be applicable to the feminine gender in terms of reference. So if in case the incumbent speaker is a female, and then you want to read a particular clause that has Mr. Speaker there, for references, you can change that to Madam Speaker when you are reading. For example, we have Order 76 clause 5. Over here, what is written is, the conduct of Mr. Speaker shall not be raised. So in that particular instance, you can go ahead and say, honourable members, let me refer the House to Order 76 clause 5. It says that the conduct of Madam Speaker, because in that particular instance, the person in question is a feminine gender, and provision has been made that whenever the speaker is feminine, you can make reference in the feminine context, but the wording in the standing order does not really have to be changed. For interpretation and reference purposes, you can just make that reference for that particular time. Because, let me just say, not majority of the time, the speaker is a male. Yes, so we cannot change the standing order because of that. That is why in interpretation, provision has been made that in that particular time, you can refer to all Mr. Speaker there to Madam Speaker. Or best practices, right honorable Speaker. It goes to both. Thank you very much.
Thank you, honorable. Any further question? Honorable. Honorable. Acting minority leader for the day. Any further clarification or addition?
Thank you very much. Right honorable Speaker in the Agri House. It's a quite interesting job to lead the House. Those who were members of my House during my tenure as Speaker will know me for praise I normally use. Opinions are like roses, and everybody has one. Regardless, we all use it to breathe. And nobody breathes more oxygen than their friend. So don't expect everybody to agree on what you are thinking. You might be thinking a lot, who knows. So in a house, I've cited this example a couple of times. The speaker is in this position. You have an orange you are supposed to give to two people. So one person is on your left, one is on the right, and you are holding that orange. You not giving it to the person on your right automatically means that you are supporting the person on your left, because you are not giving it to the person on your right. And then the person on your right also feels, since you have not given it to me, not that you are giving it to the other person, just because you're not giving it to me, you are supporting the other party. And it becomes interesting to handle such situations from a broader perspective. Speaker spoke about the fact that when a member is seated in the House, the member is speaking from the question perspective. So you are trying to point holes, you are trying to, one way or the other, bring up issues relating to a subject matter. But it is the work of the speaker to drive the House to a solution. So you will see that in general terms, the speaker has a lot to do. And then when it comes to honorable members in the House, when debating, some people become sentimental. They leave the whole issue. They become emotional with the issue. The speaker spoke about the fact that you must not insult. The moment you insult me, we will leave whatever we are talking about. We will talk about the insult alone for like an hour, which is not actually bringing any benefit. The main purpose of the debate is to actually probe the issue and then bring a very good, how will I put it, like end result to whatever is being discussed. So let's all take notice of this few things and make sure that in our own small ways we fine-tune our submissions and then we try to understand whatever we do in the House. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
acting minority leader. I was expecting you to make mention of the fact that you once sacked me from your house when you were the speaker, the SRC Parliament. In fact, that day, I wish we had a boxing ring. You would have demonstrated something small. But yeah, that is debate for you. And one thing I like about debate is that because I always want to be heard, I don't want to be at the majority side. No. Because minority may have their say, but majority have their way. Or is that a matter of the people? So I always want to be heard. Whether mine will be taken or not, I want to be heard. I want to make something. So whenever you see me, I'm always here. And that is for the beauty of debate. I want to do something. I just want to say something. That is me. On this note, I urge all honorable members to find a place in terms of debating so that at least you can be heard when you get a chance to. Devoid from sentiments and insults when it comes to debating. But then just try your possible best and make your meanings out so that people can hear you out when you are debating. Honorable members, on this note, I thank Honorable Viglo for giving us a third presentation on debate skills. Honorable Viglo.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I wanted a friend from the US Parliament to also share something with us on this particular matter. Before I give my closing remarks on this presentation, so if you can give me the opportunity, and if possible, if Madam Regina also has something, you can share with us before I give my closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's something that I want to say might have been said. This is actually something that the acting president of the University of Allied Sciences at Parliament once said. And ever since hearing that, I think I was doing that. But the very day he said that in the House, I realized that it's very true. And this is what he said. He said, when you're debating, never attach feelings. That should be out of the way. Because the moment you attach feelings to it, wherever that goes against it, that person becomes your enemy. And that is not what we want in our parliament. We want peace. We want all of us working together in peace and unity, harmony, to reign. We are young leaders trying to learn and get a low team in leadership. So one day we can find ourselves in the higher pedestals. And so if we try to, we all know what is going on in our current national parliament. A lot of things, go on over there that is disturbing. And most of them were students leaders as ourselves. So it goes to say that they actually didn't get the best training, or when they got to that stage and they pick it from there. So I think if we, culture this habit and get to know how to debate best, it will bring a better future for the nation at large, and it will make the next generation a very lively one. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Mrs Regina, anything for us?
My last remark I wanted to give is that when you are in a leadership position, learn to kill your feelings on negative emotions. Because the moment you have feelings on negative comments, you can put out the rest. Always learn to do away with the negative comments and kill your emotion about it. Otherwise, that
Mr. Speaker, thank you so much. Mr. Speaker, my closing remarks on this presentation is that, Mr. Speaker, we are human beings. I don't understand how SRC parliamentarians are able to debate for 22 hours, 24 hours. I don't know whether their bodies are made of maybe Superman's power or something like that. Like, come on, we are human beings and fatigue will get hold of us. Mr. Speaker, this is not an SRC parliament, but I'm making reference because you have SRC parliamentarians here. They can sit for about 22 hours talking trash. Mr. Speaker, see, the brain here, you cannot be in the example for more than 5 hours. That is why no paper persists more than 3 hours. And sittings should also not persist more than 4 hours. For this particular youth parliament, I've not really made it about, but we try not to hold sittings more than 4 hours. The only time that our sitting persists for almost 4 hours was the fourth parliamentary sitting. And even this one said, we are trying to make it not more than 2 hours. The mind becomes tired after a particular time. No matter how powerful you are, you get tired. Mr. Speaker, I think the SRC Parliament should consider only 8 hours of proceedings. After 8 hours, the Speaker should forcefully adjourn the House, regardless of whether he is tired or not. The Honorable Acting Minority Leader has held a 23-hour sitting before, and I don't know how come he held it. Up to date, I'm surprised how he chaired that House. I'm really surprised how he chaired that House. But not in my house. Mr. Speaker, we are human beings and then we have weaknesses. Let us cherish the strength and then complement others' weaknesses. After all, mighty are we, weaker is one. So, a debate is supposed to what? Should I say, sieve out the imperfections. And that is what we should aim at. The debate is supposed to what? Give, should I say, interrogate it, scrutinize it. So when we have different views, when your friend has a different view, it does not mean her, it's against him. And let us stop attaching sentiments to whatever we say. After all, it is in the standing order that whatever is said on floor remains on floor. You don't go and start attacking other members out of proceedings that they said this or that. It is wrong, and we should not do that. So I'm very happy this education came true, and I thank you all for this. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. You're looking very handsome today. I've been waiting to say this. You're looking very handsome today, Pa. After we are done, we have to take official pictures with you. And thank you so much for the attention and respect as well. Thank you so much, Honorable Members.
Thank you, Honorable Viglo, for the said education. Honorable Members, there is something just caught my mind and I want to give your attention. From our standing orders, it says that any member that defies the rules of debate, quote and unquote, from Honorable Viglo, the said member can be thrown out. The person can be thrown out, which gives me the right, Honorable Speaker, the power to throw you out, like how the acting minority leader once thrown me out. Okay, Honorable Members, on this note, I equally thank you all for coming and then taking part in today's sitting. Honorable Members, without wasting much time, I plead we move to order number 12 on the order paper. The adjournment to the 9th sitting. Honorable Members, a motion should be moved, or better still, if you want to stay here, we can stay. Thank you. Honorable Jones.
Mr. Speaker in the House, I thank you for the opportunity to speak. Mr. Speaker, I'm Jones Amegashie-Viglo, Director of Youth Impact Movement, acting as Majority Leader for this particular sitting. Mr. Speaker, before I move the motion for adjournment, I'd like to convey the sincerest thanks and appreciation of this entire House to Mrs Regina Aharon for coming here to impact us with the knowledge. We are grateful and have really enjoyed. Mr. Speaker, just as a spoiler alert, we'll cut out that portion of the video and upload it separately so that that she has shared will go onto the public for them to learn from it. This house is bent on impact. That is why we record our proceedings. Even when you are not here, you can watch it after and still benefit. We don't want all the noise sinking and dying to only the live stream news. Mr. Speaker, I also want to thank you yourself, the handsome right honourable Speaker, during this sitting. The last sitting was chaired by the Felix Speaker. I was sending you that today my road is really nice and demo. Today they are the enemy pass. It's just so nice and it's amazing. And this is what we should encourage, building capacity, and I'm really happy that this sitting has come to pass. Mr. Speaker, let me also put it on record that honourable members know that it's really free. However, we have held our sitting. Some people just came in and they thought we are not coming to start. I'm just so sorry. We are not ending. We are not ending. Youth Impact Parliament. At least, yes, Youth Impact Parliament. Not less than 30 minutes in our content and we'll close. Mr. Speaker, on this note, I want to thank everyone who came. And I rise to move the motion for this house to adjourn to its 9th sitting and date yet to be appointed. I respectfully move this motion. Thank you.
Second. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker in our guest house. It's rather unfortunate that today I didn't get the opportunity to actually show my boss. Yes, there was no, we were all agreeing on things, saying, no, we are the minorities, I don't like it like that. We want it. Thank you very much once again. Please, I want to use this opportunity to equally thank everybody who was able to make it here today. This is the level of resilience that we have. This is how determined we are to achieve the impact that we sought to achieve. Honourable members, Right Honourable Speaker, I stand to second the motion to be moved by the acting majority leader. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable members. The motion has successfully been moved and seconded to the adjournment of sitting to the 9th sitting. All honourable members in favour say aye. Aye. All those not in favour say no. Nay. Honourable members, I know my minority caucus still wants to debate, but today we don't have a say nor a way. Honourable members, indeed, I am glad that today I am handsomely and beautifully, wonderfully made by the dress. Thank you all. On this note, the sitting stands adjourned.
Yeah.